Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today for this practice. If you are feeling low on energy, this practice is for you. You will come out of this practice with more energy than you have going into it. We're going to move through a nice sequence, taking our time with each pose, really feeling into the specifics of each pose. And then we're going to run through that sequence again with using breath to movement. One pose for each breath. I think you're really going to like it. By the time we're done, you're going to be bounding with energy. So let's get started. And I'd like to start on our backs. All the way down, getting really comfortable on your back. Let's bring the feet to the width of your mat and let your knees knock in towards one another. You can rest one hand on your tummy and one on your chest, or maybe put them next to you, whatever is comfortable. Just want to feel the length of the spine on the mat. And let's take a few breaths here. Once you're comfortable, turn your attention to your breath. Begin to slowly lengthen and deepen the breath. Letting ourselves drop onto the mat with our body. Beginning just from the very start of practice to establish this mind-body connection. Continue to lengthen and deepen the breath until you are breathing as deeply as you can. You're taking out as much air as you can on the inhale. And you're squeezing all the air out of your lungs on the exhale. Then when you're ready, bring the arms out to the sides. They can come to a T or to a cactus or whatever you've got space for. And draw the knees up over the hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Now be really careful here that your knees are actually over the hips and not drawing in forward over your tummy. Take another big breath in here. Press the low back into the mat, and then as you exhale, just tap your right toes down onto the mat. Just keep that nice 90-degree bend in the knee. And inhale the shin back up. Exhale the left side, and inhale up. So this is your flow, just moving from side to side. Move at your own pace with the length of your own breath. Keep pressing the low back into the mat, and this is just a nice way at the beginning of practice to connect with your deep core muscles. Sort of wake up the belly. Get a little bit of fire going there. Okay, and then let's just do one more each side so that you finish up. And then both shins up to center. Now as you exhale, let your knees drop over to the right. The left hip's going to lift, and don't drop them right to the floor, just bring them to hover. And then come up to center. And then over to the other side. So again, moving with your breath. I think it's nice to inhale to drop out, to drop to the side, and exhale to bring them up to center. Do whatever feels good for you. Again, moving at your own pace. Now, if this is hard for you, you can bring your knees in towards your chest a little bit. It'll make it feel a little bit easier. If it's easy for you, you can straighten your legs and just have a longer lever that you're moving. Let's do one more each side. And then come up to center. Draw your knees into your chest. You can give yourself a little hug here and release those muscles. Sway from side to side. Then from here, I'd like to begin to roll the length of my spine. So hold the back of your knees, tuck your chin into your throat, and just begin to rock from the nape of your neck to your tailbone. Coming up to balance on your sits bones. Do this a couple of times. It feels good. It's a nice massage for your back. And then when you're ready, come all the way up to sit and make your way to a tabletop pose. Just a little bit more warm up for the spine, the core of the body. Tops of the feet pressed into the mat. Knees underneath the hips. Let's tip the tailbone up. Draw the belly, hearts forward. Exhale to round it down. Broaden the shoulders, tuck the chin. Inhale to open the front of the body. Exhale to squeeze everything in. One more time, each direction. Curl your toes under, and let's lift the hips up and back. Come into a downward facing dog. You can pedal around here. Definitely nice to work into the feet, the backs of the legs in this first downward facing dog. Just shake your head out. Let your head hang heavy. Then when you're ready, you can bring your gaze forward between your hands. Lift your heels, bend your knees, bring your shoulders forward over your wrists, and then bring your feet to the front of the mat. One big step, lots of little steps, maybe a jump, it's up to you. Nice inhale on a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to drop your fingertips to the mat and then just slowly roll all the way up to stand. When you get here, bring your hands up, join your palms together. Exhale to drop your thumbs down to the nape of your neck. Lifting the elbows, just stay here for a breath or two. Lift the elbows, drop the tailbone. Inhale, fingertips high. Exhale, forward fold. All the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, soften the knees, plant the hands, and let's make our way back to our high plank pose. You can be on your toes or on your knees here, it's up to you. Inhale to bring the shoulders forward, and exhale to lower to the mat. Tops of the feet press into the mat, lift the chest, cobra pose. Exhale to release. Inhale to table or to plank, and exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the right heel all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Try and keep your shoulders square and level to the front of your mat while you let your right knee lift and your right heel be heavy. You can spend a little more time working into that foot and the ankle. Just breathing deep and easy here. Inhale to extend that right leg back behind you. And then as you exhale, bring the right foot forward between the hands. Drop down into the left knee. And inhale, the right fingertips up to the ceiling. This nice wide openness here. And then exhale to bring the right hand down to the mat. Come to your runner's lunge. Inhale to bring the chest forward, the gaze forward. Sink the hips forward and down. You can bend into the right toe, left toes, lift your left knee. And then ground that heel down into the mat at an angle. So as for warrior one. Lift your chest up off the mat, off of your thigh so that your fingertips are just hovering over the mat. And then sweep the fingertips forward, biceps next to the ears. And then on your next inhale, lift the shoulders up over the hips, coming to warrior one. Press into both feet evenly here. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your hands behind your hips. Interlace the fingers and press the knuckles back towards the left heel. Keep the right knee over the right ankle. As you press your knuckles back, open the chest. Stay here for a breath or two. And then we're going to humble the warrior. Hinging forward at the hips. Bringing your right shoulder inside your right knee. The fist comes up and overhead. Just letting gravity take you down your shoulder, drawing down that inside of your right shin. The fist is coming up higher, the crown of your head dropping. Let's release the fingertips of your hands. Lift the left heel. Now we're back in that runner's lunge with your knee high. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale to lift the chest and sweep the fingertips forward and up, this time coming to our crescent lunge. Big breath in here. As we exhale, let's bring the left hand forward, the right hand back. Nice easy twist here. 2 breaths in and out. And then on your next inhale, draw your left hand up and back, your right hand forward and down. So cartwheeling the hands and grounding through your left heel, coming to warrior two. Then as you exhale, pivot around on your feet, make yourself comfortable and sink into this pose. 2 breaths here. Just finding this pose, dropping the shoulders down the back, finding relaxation in this pose wherever you can. Maybe it's in your face. Maybe it's through stacking your shoulders over your hips and finding that alignment. Next inhale, let's take warrior, reverse the warrior. Left hand drops to your left thigh, right hand turns up and reaches towards the back of the room. Keep pressing forward into the right knee. And 2 breaths here. Inhale through warrior two to your extended side angle. As you exhale, right elbow to knee or fingertips to the floor. For this variation, let's bring the left hand up overhead. Draw the left shoulder down the back. And again, we're here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Come back up through warrior two, but straighten your right leg as you do. Drop the left hand and reach the right hand up towards the ceiling, reversing your triangle. Let's slide the left hip back towards the back wall now. Coming into your triangle pose, you can shorten your stance by tick-tocking the left foot in. Reach forward with the right hand, back with the left hip. And drop the left hand to the inside of the left leg. Or the right hand to the inside of the right leg, sorry. And the left hand high. 2 more breaths here. As you're here, just continue to lengthen the spine and turn the chest open towards the side. And then the next inhale brings us back to warrior 2. And then let's exhale to bring the hands down, frame the front foot, and you can step your back to downward facing dog or to child's pose, or if you like, come back to your high plank pose. Inhale the shoulders forward and exhale to the floor. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to release. Inhale, table or plank, and then exhale back to your downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the left heel. Exhale to bend the knee, open the hip. Hang here for a moment, just work through that ankle on the left side. And then inhale to extend. Exhale, the left foot comes forward between the hands, drop down into the right knee. And inhale to lift the left hand. Just taking a moment here, enjoying this stretch. The left hand comes down to the mat, framing the front foot. Let's lift the right knee and find your runner's lunge, lengthening from right heel to the crown of the head. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to make this transition to warrior 1. So ground down into the right heel. And then inhale, lift the chest, hover the hands. Sweep the fingertips forward. Bringing the shoulders up over the hips, finally finding warrior 1, drawing the right hip forward, curling the left hip underneath you. Extending up through the fingertips even while you drop your shoulders down your back. And then when you're ready, let's humble the warrior, starting with the chest expansion, interlacing your fingers, maybe with the other thumb on top this time, pressing the knuckles back towards the right heel, opening the chest. Big breath in. Long, slow exhale. And then when you're ready, you can humble this warrior, bringing the left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Tuck your chin, drop the crown of the head, and then let your fist be heavy overhead. Draw the left hip in towards the center. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Let's release the fingertips to the mat on either side of the right foot. Come up on the toe, or on the other side of the left foot. Come up on the toes of the right foot. And inhale to sweep your fingertips forward and up, coming now to your crescent lunge. As you exhale, let's twist this lunge. Right hand forward, left hand back. Stay here for 2 breaths, extending the fingertips out past the front and back of your mat. Pressing back through the right heel, forward through the left knee. One more breath in, and one more breath out. Sweeping the left hand down and forward, the right hand up and back, grounding through the right heel, finding warrior 2. Pivot around on your feet as you exhale. Find this pose comfortable. Pressing into both feet evenly. and extending up through the crown of your head. From here, drop that right hand down to the mat, turn your toe to your thigh, turn your left hand up, and reach up and back, stretching through the left side body. Let's stay here for 2 breaths. Keep pressing the left knee forward. And while you're stretching back, very light in the right hand here. And then inhale up through warrior 2. And exhale to extended side angle, left elbow to left knee or fingertips to the floor. The right hand for this variation, I want you to turn the palm down and reach out over the top of your mat. Press out into the pinky toe side of your right foot and roll your chest open. Now on your next inhale, you can reach up and back, come through warrior 2, but straighten that left leg. Reach the left hand up, right hand back. Making our way now to Trikonasana. Slide your hips back, reach forward with the left hand with the crown of your head. Dropping eventually the left hand to the inside of the left leg, the right hand high. Inhale up, warrior 2, so bend through that left leg. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, come to your runner's lunge. Here again, you have a choice, make your way to child's pose, down dog, or you can bring your left foot back to meet the right, high plank pose. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale to lower halfway or all the way down to the mat. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and then exhale back to downward facing dog, and let's everybody meet in downward facing dog. So what I'd like to do now is take that same flow and do it again, this time working breath to movement, so each movement takes 1 breath. We'll move through the flow much more quickly. Inhale to lift the right heel. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale to extend. Exhale, bring the right foot forward between the hands, dropping down into the left knee. Inhale, the right hand high. Exhale, runner's lunge, lifting the left knee, bring your right hand down. As you exhale, ground down into the left heel, and inhale up, warrior 1. Exhale, sink the hips, bring your hands to the base of your spine. Inhale, open the chest expansion. Exhale, humble the warrior. Bringing your shoulder inside your right knee. Inhale, come back to your runner's lunge, lifting the left heel, bringing the heart forward, sinking the hips. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale to your twist. Inhale, cartwheeling the hands to come to warrior 2. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, triangle or reverse triangle. Exhale, now to triangle. Hinging forward at the hips, reaching forward at the crown of the head. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, come back to your runner's lunge, lifting the left heel. Choice here, child's pose, down dog or plank. Inhale, shoulders forward, and exhale to lower, halfway or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the left heel. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, extend. As you exhale, bring that left foot forward between the hands. Drop down into the right knee. Inhale, lift the left hand. Nice easy twist. Exhale, left hand comes down, right knee lifts. Inhale to your warrior one. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale to your chest expansion, opening the chest, pushing the knuckles back towards your right heel. As you exhale, left elbow to the left shoulder to the left knee. Fist comes up and over. Inhale to drop your hands and make your way back to your runner's lunge. Nice exhale here, sinking the hips forward and down. And then inhale, sweep your fingertips up to your crescent lunge. As you exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Inhale, cartwheel the hands, make your way to warrior two. Exhale, sinking the hips, becoming comfortable in this pose. Inhale, extended or reverse warrior. As you exhale, left hand down, right hand up and forward, left hand to left elbow to left knee, extended side angle. Inhale, as you come up, straighten the left knee, reverse triangle. As you exhale, triangle pose, reaching the crown of the head forward, lengthening through the spine. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale to cartwheel the hands down. Frame that front foot. But choice as always, child's pose, down dog or plank. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, lift the hips back, up and back. Downward facing dog. Nice big breath in here. As you exhale, just sink your chest, open through the shoulders. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the knees, and come down back into tabletop position. Cross your ankles, roll over your feet. Scoot your hips into the center of the mat. And from here, I want to do some boat poses. So let's bring the knees into the chest. You can bring them in so close you've just got your toes touching onto the mat. Lift the chest, roll the shoulders back so you have a nice flat back here. And then you can make some choices here. You can have your fingertips on the mat. You can keep your toes on the mat. You can lift your toes. Hands can hold the backs of your thighs or reach forward. The only thing that it needs to be constant is this nice flat back. Nice big breath in here. Now as you exhale, let's take low boat. So extend the heels towards the front of the mat and lower your low back onto the mat. And then inhale back to boat pose. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, boat. Everybody hold the back of your thighs. Take one rock and then come back to boat. Low boat, boat, rock, boat, low boat, boat, rock, low boat, boat, I can do it, rock, and let's bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. Drop your knees out to the side, soles of the feet together, and roll down over your legs for a nice stretch in. Butterfly pose. Tuck your chin, round the spine. Let the shoulder blades glide away from your back. from your spine. And then inhale to come up. Use your hands, help your knees come up to center. And then let's lower down all the way down onto our backs. Again, lots of choices. You can use your hands to help yourself or reach your hands forward. Tuck your chin for sure and be in control as you lie down onto your back. Right away, bring your knees into your chest. And let's take a reclined twist. Earlier we let our knees drop to the side, but we made them hover. This time let's let the knees come to rest over to the right while we keep the left shoulder blade down on the mat. Big breath into the left side body. Two more breaths just like that. And then when you're ready, you can bring your knees up to center, and exhale always helps them float up, and then release them over to the other side. Just be careful here, your right shoulder should be down on the mat. You can bring your chin over to your right shoulder. And then finding our way back to center. Give yourself a little hug. And then let's open out to Savasana. Tuck your shoulder blades in underneath you. Heels to the width of the mat. Be very comfortable here. So I give cues for Savasana, but if there's some other way that you want to position yourself where you can find more comfort, then I would encourage that. I'd also encourage at this point that you can take Savasana for as long as you have time for. So in a few moments I'm going to cue us to come out of it together, but if you have more time, you should stay and enjoy this sensation of stillness. Enjoy the sensation of feeling the energy, being really connected with the sensation of the energy moving through our body. Now when you're ready to begin moving again, begin with a couple of deep breaths. Notice how these deep breaths even begin to turn that energy up and begin to move it around in the body even just a little bit more. And then bringing your attention to your fingers and toes. Give them a wiggle, give them a stretch. Beginning to work the movement up the limbs towards the body. Maybe turning your head side to side and finding eventually a full body stretch. And then draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Sway from side to side. And from here you can make your way up to sit, taking your time and either rolling to the into the fetal position and making your way up to sit, or rocking from the nape of your neck to your tailbone, just like we did earlier in practice. Once you're upright, find a comfortable seat. Give your shoulders a couple of rolls. And let's inhale, fingertips up overhead. As we exhale, thumbs to the third eye and hinge forward. This is our final pose for today, and I thank you for being here with me. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you really like this practice, and I hope you have a ton of energy right now. Now, if you did like the practice, please go ahead and energize that subscription button and the like button, and I'll look forward to seeing you on a mat again soon. Namaste.